Hey guys, Deb here from Coastal Ridge We Love. So this week's video is a part of another challenge. So it is the Halloween 2022 challenge and it is hosted by Meg over at Lubbly Jubbly Furniture. So this piece is a lowboy dresser, 6 drawers, and the theme is obviously Halloween. So Halloween based, Halloween colours. There'll be lots of amazing YouTubers taking part in this and I'm so excited. But my piece will be based on my childhood fear, which is always fun. And it will be a Freddy Krugers based dresser. So as a child, my brother, when we went to the exhibition, it was big in the 80s, and we went to the Eckhart and got show bags, and he got the Freddy Krugers show bag, obviously to scare the crap out of me, and used to sit beside my bed with a Freddy Krugers mask and Freddy's glove and scare me every single night. I mean, good times. But yeah, so that is where my complete irrational fear of Freddy Krugers came from. So my idea for this piece is, this piece will be a Tjhoko Paint piece. So I've got my Frick's Forest and Paul's Place for the red. I probably will be adding a little bit of the Elias's Epic to this Paul's Place just to darken it up a little bit, muddy it up. On the top, I'm going to be sanding the top back to raw and staining with a black dark stain. So the thing that's going to make this a little bit scary is I have plans, obviously. So I've got these blades. Now, my plan is to obviously get all the blue off and sand off any of the dangerous bits, grind off of these. Okay, so, and I'm also planning on, Frank, out, come on darling, across the top here. So we've got Freddy's glove. I'm going to do some claw marks across the top. And at the end, that end, pointing that way, I'm going to have these sticking out as if Freddy's coming through the cupboard. I'm going to fill these parts, which I'm going to do with my router, in with craft resin. And I don't know if anyone's seen the dresser that I did a few months back with the lights in it. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to use some battery operated twinkle lights, and I'm going to put them in the resin across there. And so obviously when the lights are off, all you can see is this claw mark across the top. And I picked these up yesterday. I think it was from Kmart. Frank, and I will be using probably this one here, and my plan is to write Sweet Dreams across the top. It's probably going to scare the crap out of me, but you know, bringing out my PTSD from childhood. And yeah, so, but I'm pretty excited about this one. So if you'd like to see how this one turns out, even if you're interested to see if I can pull it off, please keep watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell. And also down in the playlist, as usual, I will have all the list of products used and the playlist for the rest of the videos. So hopefully you can go through all of those, give them some love, and yeah, enjoy this flip. She is rough, but it's the first time I've ever used a router, as you can see. I mean, it's not a big deal. I can fill in parts of this with a bit of builder's bog. I mean, it looks pretty authentic anyway. No real claw marks are perfect. So I got a bit of filling to do because I completely stuffed that up. Oh well. So I'm going to fill in all the bits that I stuffed up with Builder's Bog, and always remember small batches because it really goes hard quickly and you don't want to waste too much. So just shaping the Builder's Bog where I had the bit of the drawer missing, and we'll give it a quick sand and it should look as good as new. So I'm making the mixture that I will be doing the top with. I am doing probably a mix of, say, 3/4 of a jar of Stencil of Paris, which is a Tjhoko Paint Company brand. And then I'm just mixing in some of my Elias's Epic just to give it that dirty, rough look on top. And I mix that up really well until it's the consistency that I wanted, and I will be stippling it on to the top. Okay, so as you saw on the top, I will be doing texture across this whole piece. So the top, I've decided to do the Elias's Epic mixed with the plaster of Paris to give the top a slightly textured look, but I want more for the sides and the drawer fronts. So I'm going to add to the same mix a bit of plaster of Paris. I sort of wanted it a little bit more chunky. So Okay, so I added my plaster of Paris and it was really thick. I'd added too much, of course. So I had to go through and add a little bit of Elias's Epic again, just to thin it out a touch to get it to the consistency that I was happy with. And again, I'm going to add this textured paint to the sides and the drawers, but I'm going to do it in a stippling motion just to bring out those peaks and add that rough textured look. So I'm about to start my stripes for Freddy's jumper. I want a slightly blended look on these. So I've got my 3 brushes. I've got one for my red, one for my green, and a dry neutral brush. So I'm with my dry neutral brush, I'm going to have some of the paper towel ready, and I just want to do like a dry brush over the top because I want it to really still show that little bit of brown through underneath it and really emphasize that texture. So just going light and slow with the strokes on this one. So this is just an example of how I was blending. Now, it's a lot easier usually with chalk paints, but the Tjhoko was still quite thin, and the name of the game is moisture. So you've got to keep it moist, keep those lines, have a spritzer bottle handy. And I just went over it with a bit of the green paint, but I also have my dry, clean neutral brush, and it's muddying it up a bit. So it's making that little bit of brown in there, and just keep wiping off my dry neutral brush just to move that color. So now it's time for the fun part. I'm adding the lights. Now what I've done here is I've got some Kmart twinkle lights, and through the plastic base I have drilled a hole, and we'll be adding a screw to that just to secure it onto the sides so that there's no chance it's going to fall off. I did double check it just to make sure that the batteries are still going to go in, and I'm so glad they did. But yes, just attached it with a little screw to the side. Bob's your uncle. So I'm just going to drill a hole in the back where the first finger will be, and I will drill it right through so that I can put the lights straight through it. I want it to go up and down the fingers in a single line, so this is why it needed to be like this. Just going through and adding some dots with the hot glue gun, just to secure the lights and make sure they don't pop up through the resin. Okay, so what I've done here is, so I drilled larger spaces because I did use the multi-tool, but it was crap. So I used the drill and drilled bigger spaces for the knives to go in. The first one I secured with hot glue, but then the other ones I didn't, because I'm going to resin it anyway. I just put some hot glue down on a couple of spots to hold the lights down. And I've also just gone through with the paint and coloured the lights in. So we've got this beautiful, wait, it's red instead of gold, more red gold. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bloody red paint on that. I'm going to mix my resin, so bear with me guys. I've only ever done this once. So we've got your part B, Frankie part A, couple of sticks, and a clear instruction sheet. So I'm going to get myself some gloves. Also, when you're mixing these up, always make sure you put the lid straight back on it when you finish, because you're not supposed to mix the lids up between the jars. So the black one is for part B and the white is for part A. So it says on the thing to stir for 3 to 5 minutes. Probably should have timed it. Yeah, really good call on that hot glue, Deb. Well done. I wanted the lettering to be something special, so I added Paul's Place to some more plaster of Paris and added this by hand, so it's given it a raised, textured look. Here's a quick reminder, guys, of what we started out with. Just a normal 6-drawer dresser, and it's been transformed into Freddy's Nightmare.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, grab your crucifix. 7, 8, gonna stay up late. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, grab your crucifix. 7, 8, gonna stay up late. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your...
Okay guys, thank you so much for joining me for this flip. I'm really excited about it. So I absolutely love it. The texture reminds me of Freddy's burnt face. Got sweet dreams up top because we all know Freddy gets you in your dreams. And Freddy's claw coming through the big slash marks on the top. I'm so excited. Also, I'm going to have a link below for the playlist for all of the other videos in this challenge. Go on and watch all of these because I know they're going to be fantastic. I'm so pumped for this. I cannot wait. Thanks again to Meg from Lubbly Jubbly Furniture. So grateful that you hosted this challenge. I dig it. This is also a Tjhoko paint video, so I have used Tjhoko products on all of this. So I am absolutely in love with this stencil of Paris. Like legit, it sets rock hard. It ain't going nowhere. But I haven't sealed this piece because as per the instruction of Tjhoko, you don't need to seal it. But yeah, I just couldn't love it enough. Thanks for joining me, guys. I will have a link in the description for the playlist. Please don't forget to have a look at that, and also a link of any products used today. So yes, get scared, people. I'm so excited. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully you hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell so we can do this again next year. Cheers.